Problem 6. Heat conduction through composite wall with thermal contact resistance. Now in this particular problem, we are going to calculate heat transfer rate through a composite wall considering the effect of thermal contact resistance which is given in the problem itself. The problem goes like this. A furnace wall is made of 3 layers. First layer is of insulation having the K value 0.6 watt per meter Kelvin and 12 centimeter thick. Its face is exposed to gases at 870 degrees Celsius with convective coefficient of 110 watt per meter square Kelvin. It is covered with or backed with a 10 centimeter thick layer of fire brick having K value 0.8 watt per meter Kelvin with a contact resistance of 2.6 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt between first and second layer. The third layer is a plane of 10 centimeter thickness having K value 4 watt per meter Kelvin with a contact resistance between second and third layer of 1.5 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. The plate is exposed to air at 30 degrees Celsius with convection coefficient of 15 watt per meter square Kelvin. Determine the heat flow rate and overall heat transfer coefficient. So let us solve this problem by first drawing the schematic of this problem. So in the given problem, there is a composite wall consisting of the first layer of insulating material, second layer of fire brick, and third layer of a plate. It could be metal plate. Let's say the insulating material is having thermal conductivity K1, fire brick K2, and plate is having thermal conductivity of K3 respectively. Let's say thickness of the insulating slab is L1, of fire brick is L2, and that of plate is L3. Now these are called as interfaces of insulation and fire brick material and between fire brick and plate material. Contact surface, or they are also called as interface. The insulating material is exposed to the hot fluid represented by a film. It is hot gas actually, and the plate is exposed to the air. Let's say hot gas is having convective heat transfer coefficient H infinity I and temperature is T infinity I. So this temperature somewhere will be the indicative of temperature of hot fluid. Likewise, convective heat transfer coefficient of cold fluid air is H infinity O and its temperature is T infinity O. Here T infinity I is greater than T infinity O, as it is mentioned in the problem itself. So heat transfer will take place from hot gases through this composite wall to the cold air at the rate of, let's say, Q. And the area normal to heat transfer, which I have not shown, is, let's say, a meter square. So we have shown all the required parameters. Now when heat transfer takes place, from hot gas, insulating material, fire, brick and plate, and finally to the cold air, they offer individually thermal resistance, hot gas and cold air by convection, and insulation, fire, brick and plate by conduction. So temperature drop takes place across these different layers. So by virtue of convective thermal resistance offered by hot gas, temperature will fall from T infinity I to, let's say, the temperature T1 of the left face of insulating material. When heat is flowing through insulating material, it will also offer conductive thermal resistance. Temperature drop will take place from, please write this as a straight line. Let me draw the straight line. So by virtue of this conductive thermal resistance offered by insulating material, temperature drop will take place from T1 to T2. Now the important point comes into picture. Here, the interface between insulation and fire brick material is having thermal contact resistance, as it is mentioned, 2.6 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. By virtue of this thermal contact resistance, temperature drop will take place at the interface between insulation and fire brick material, and let's say temperature drop takes place from T2 to T3. Further heat transfer will take place through fire brick material. Temperature drop will take place, let's say, from T3 to T4. Once again, at the interface of fire brick and plate material, thermal contact resistance of 1.5 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt is there. So further temperature drop will take place, let's say, from T4 to T5. Further heat transfer will take place. Temperature will drop will take place from T5 to T6 in the metal plate. And finally, when heat is flowing from the cold air, its temperature will drop from T6 to T infinity O. So this is nothing but temperature profile for this composite wall separating hot and cold fluid. So now we have represented all the required informations on this schematic. Now let us draw the equivalent electrical circuit, because in this case the equivalent electrical circuit will play a great role to understand the effect of thermal contact resistance. So the flow quantity will be heat flow rate. The first thermal contact resistance will be offered by hot gas, and it will be convective thermal resistance between temperatures T infinity I and T1. And let's say it is represented by R suffix T infinity I. The second thermal resistance will be offered by insulating material between temperatures T1 and T2, represented by RT1, and it will be conductive thermal resistance. Now third thermal resistance will be offered between temperature drop T2 and T3 at the interface, and it will be thermal contact resistance. I am going to represent it by RTC1, or I can also represent it by RTC12, that is interface 1, 2. This is material 1, 2 and 3. So RTC12 will be thermal contact resistance at interface 1, 2. Fourth thermal resistance will be offered by fire brick material between temperatures T3 and T4, and let's say it is represented by RT2. The fifth thermal resistance will be offered by interface 2-3 between temperature drop T4 and T5, and it is represented by RTC 2-3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thermal resistance will be offered by the plate between temperatures T5 and T6, and it is represented by RT3. And finally, the last convective thermal resistance will be offered by cold air film and represented by RT infinity O, and heat will transfer to the cold air. So as you can see, there will be total 7 thermal resistances. 2 will be by convective thermal resistances by hot and cold fluid. 3 will be by individual slabs, and 2 will be at the interfaces 1, 2 and 2, 3. That is called as thermal contact resistance. So let us give some title to this figure. So I can say heat transfer through composite wall with thermal contact resistance. The second point is, let us enlist all the given things. So let me refer. I have this problem with me. Separate problem statement is there. So instead of going up and down, I am going to refer that problem. So the value of the first value is given as insulating material, and the K1 is given as, the K1 value of insulating material is given as 0.6 watt per meter Kelvin, and its thickness is given as 12 centimeter, that is 0.12 meter. Then it is exposed to gases at 870 degrees Celsius. So I have been given the temperature of hot gases T infinity I as 870 degrees Celsius, and its convective heat transfer coefficient value is given as 110 watt per meter square Kelvin. Then it is given the value of fire brick, that is thermal conductivity of fire brick, as 0.8 watt per meter Kelvin, and its thickness is given as 10 centimeter, that is 0.10 meter. Then thermal contact resistances are given. Okay, so RTC12 value is given to me, that is 2.6 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. Then third layer is a plate, so its thickness is given as, once again, 10 centimeter, 0.10 meter, and its thermal conductivity is given as 4 watt per meter Kelvin. And the thermal contact resistance at the interface 2,3 is also given. So RTC23 is given as 1.5 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. Okay. Then cold air temperature. That is T infinity I O is given as 30 degrees Celsius, and convective heat transfer coefficient for cold air is given as 15 watt per meter square Kelvin. So this way, excuse me, this way we could enlist the values of all the given parameters. Let us enlist what is to be found out. The very first thing you are supposed to calculate is rate of heat transfer, and the second thing is overall heat transfer coefficient. The fourth step is write down all the assumptions involved. So number one assumption is one-dimensional steady state heat transfer. Because it is a combined mode of heat transfer by conduction and convection. Let's say there is a no heat generation. Within the walls, within the slabs. Number three, homogeneous and isotropic material, isotropic slab materials. That means their conductivity is constant everywhere. Then constant properties of fluid. that is their convective heat transfer coefficient are constant for the entire fluid film. And we have not been given the area normal to heat flow. So I will assume it as unity. Okay. All these are the important assumptions. Now let us do the detailed calculations. This is a very important problem where we need to take the effect of thermal contact resistance on the heat transfer rate. So first let us write down the equations of individual rate of heat transfer from the fluid layer and different material layers. So since we have assumed one-dimensional steady state heat transfer, so rate of heat transfer from hot fluid to the left face of the insulating material will be equal to rate of heat transfer from left face of the insulating material to the interface between insulating material and fire brick will be equal to rate of heat transfer from interface 1 2 to the interface 2 3 will be equal to, sorry, see, the rate of heat transfer from this fluid layer will be equal to rate of heat transfer from this layer, and further the rate of heat transfer will be constant here also at the interface. So how to write the equation for this? So this is the rate of heat transfer at the interface 2 3. Then rate of heat transfer from fire brick slab will be equal to rate of heat transfer from interface 2 3, that will be this Q23, this will be Q45 will be equal to rate of heat transfer from 5 to 6 will be equal to rate of heat transfer from right face of the plate to the cold fluid. So there will be 7 rate of heat transfer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let us write down the equations for individual rate of heat transfer. So whenever here one concept is there. Whenever thermal contact resistances are given and you need to write the individual rate of equation for individual rate of heat transfer, always write down in terms of temperature difference and thermal resistance, because thermal contact resistance can be given in terms of temperature difference and heat flux rate. So please remember this thing in mind. So let us write down Qi1. It is nothing but T infinity I minus T1 over RT infinity I. Q12 will be temperature difference T1 minus T2 into the slab 1, insulating slab RT1. Q23 will be temperature drop at the interface, and this is due to thermal contact resistance RTC12. Q34 is the rate of heat transfer from fire wick material T3 minus T4 over thermal resistance of the fire brick RT2 will be equal to temperature drop T4 to T5 at the interface 2-3, and this is due to thermal contact resistance at the interface 2-3. Then rate of heat transfer in the plate material between the temperature drop T5 T6 and thermal resistance is RT3, and finally T6 minus T infinity O over RT infinity O. This is the rate of heat transfer from cold air. So we can see, check here. Okay. Now this will be by convection. Further, this will be by convection, and all these rate of heat transfer by conduction. These are the individual rate of heat transfer. I can also give them name as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Because I have to use the individual equation, then it will be better to recall them by their number. Now in this problem, my motto is to calculate Q, that is rate of heat transfer. So in order to calculate the rate of heat transfer, I can use either of the equation, provided the temperatures should be known to me and I must be in the position to calculate that thermal resistance. Okay, so I can use either equation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, either of the equation I can use. But here what is the problem? I know only the values of two temperatures, hot gas and cold air only, that is T infinity I and T infinity O. Under such condition, if I want to calculate the rate of heat transfer using these two temperatures only, so I have to write the different expression considering only T infinity I and T infinity O. And how can I write it? If I want to write the equation of rate of heat transfer between temperatures T infinity I and T infinity O, then I can write it as all these thermal resistances will get added up. So RT infinity I plus RT1 plus RTC12 plus RT2 plus RTC23 plus RT3 plus RT infinity O. Isn't it? And or Q is nothing but T infinity I minus T infinity O to the summation of RT, total thermal resistance. Let's say this is equation number 1. So in order to calculate this rate of heat transfer, now T infinity I and T infinity O is given to me. I must be able to calculate all these individual thermal resistances offered by fluid and slab materials. So let us calculate them one by one, where RT infinity I, it is nothing but convective thermal resistance of hot gas. Now, do you remember the expression for this? Even if you don't remember, you can refer data book how to calculate convective thermal resistance. It is given by 1 over HA. So H infinity I for hot fluid and its area H infinity IA. So this can be given as calculated as the H infinity I is given as 110. And since area I have taken unity, so its value will be 9.090 into 10 to power minus 4. Now unit of thermal resistance is generally Kelvin per watt, but since I have taken area as unity, so this unit will be meter square Kelvin per watt. This meter square Kelvin per watt denotes that here the area considered is unity. Please keep this thing in mind. Then RT1, this is conductive thermal resistance of insulation, and it can be given by L1 over K1A. L1 is nothing but 0.12, K1 is I think 0.6. Let me check the value of K1. Excuse me. Yes, 0.6. So this value comes out 0.2 meter square Kelvin per watt. This is square, mind well. RT2, conductive thermal resistance, sorry, before RT2, I must be able to calculate thermal contact resistance. So next resistance is RTC12, and it is nothing but thermal contact resistance between, or not between, at the interface 1 2, and this value is given to you, and this is 2.6 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. Then RT2 is conductive thermal resistance of fire brick slab, can be given as L2 over A2A. Thickness is 0.10. Its thermal conductivity is 0.8. Area is 1. So this comes out 0.125. Unit will be meter square Kelvin per watt. After this comes out RTC2 3, as you can see here, and it is nothing but thermal contact resistance at the interface 2 3, and this is given as 1.5 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. Let me check I have taken the correct value or not. Yes, it is correct. Then comes RT3. It is conductive thermal resistance of the plate, can be given as L3 over A3A. L3 is once again 0.10. A3 is I think 4. And the value of area is 1. So it comes out 0.025 meter square Kelvin per watt. So how many resistances we could calculate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And last resistance is RT infinity O. That is convective thermal resistance of air. And it can be given as 1 over H infinity O into A. So I can calculate it as 1 over the value of H infinity O is 15 into 1. So this comes out 0.0667 meter square Kelvin per watt. So this way I could calculate all the individual thermal resistances and contact thermal resistances. So let us find out summation of RT, that will be RT infinity I plus RT1 plus RTC12 plus RT2 plus RTC23 plus RT3 plus RT infinity O. Let us put all the values. Do not do summation there itself. First write down all the values. So the first value is 9.090 into 10 to power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. RT1 is 0.2. RTC1 is 2.6 into 10 to power minus 4. RT2 is 0.8. Sorry, RT2 is 0.125. RTC3 is 1.5 into 10 to power minus 4. RT3 is 0.025 and plus RT infinity O is 0.0667. So this comes out, total value comes out 0.4262 meter square Kelvin per watt. Let us highlight this value because this is required many times. Now from equation 1, my sole aim is to find out the rate of heat transfer. So Q is nothing but T infinity I is how much? 870 degrees Celsius, and T infinity O is 70, and the thermal contact resistance is 0.4262. If I take the unit of this temperature difference as Kelvin and unit of thermal contact resistance as meter square Kelvin per watt, this will get cancelled and I will get the unit of Q as watt per meter square. Now why watt per meter square? The unit is appearing because we have taken the heat transfer rate per unit area. So this comes out 1971 watt per meter square. This is answer number 1. Now next part is to calculate overall heat transfer coefficient. This U. So where can we calculate overall heat transfer coefficient? Whenever combined mode of heat transfer comes into picture, we can calculate overall heat transfer coefficient. And what is the relationship between overall heat transfer coefficient and total thermal resistance? U into A is equal to 1 upon summation of AT. Now U can be also given as A into summation of RT, because whatever the value of summation RT, it is multiplied with the area, and area we are taking as unity. So this will balance out the unit. So 1 over 0.4262, as you can see here, the unit is meter square Kelvin per watt. This watt will go on the numerator. So the value of U I will get as 2.346 watt per meter square Kelvin. And this will be answer number 2. Now let us sum up. So we could calculate one heat flux rate as 1971 watt per meter square and overall heat transfer coefficient as 2.346 watt per meter square Kelvin. So point to be remembered is that how to take into consideration the thermal contact resistance, how to write down the individual expressions for rate of heat transfer at the interface considering thermal contact resistance. So by solving this problem, you will be able to do this.